say that. So how you feeling since you had COVID?
Like crap.
You don't look like crap. Well, yeah, not your best.
2 days after Christmas.
Christmas was the 25th, and the 27th you were under covers.
Quarantined for...
And that's crazy because you were fine on Christmas Day.
That's how fast it hit.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm fooling around playing tiddlywinks with you. Next minute I'm in the bed with chills.
You know, yeah, I know, right? You got, because you don't get sick.
I got the mild version of what you got.
Yeah, I got
everything you got. I got a day after without the fever.
I think it took a test on our marriage because everything stops. I mean, you know, think about it. We survived it, but we know so many people who did not survive it, and it's like a God's grace upon us. But why didn't He have grace on Rob and on Donald and on Gary? But He had grace on us, and it's a real humbling place to be because we walked out of it, but it still stretched our marriage because life was normal before that. Everything was good, Christmas and celebration and getting used to this whole new routine of communicating on Zoom, but then boom, shut down the whole house.
You know what's really crazy? I asked that question in my devotion today, and in one of the books I'm reading, Experiencing God, I'm reading it again. The author said he asked that question when his 16-year-old daughter had cancer, and it just took them out. They had to do everything for her and take her to all her, chemos, and they thought she was going to die. And it's really powerful because he said when we ask that question, how come that person? How come us? How come not them? How come them? He said he got caught in that same line of questioning. And God said, behind the cross, everybody's the same.
That's deep.
So now he looks at his calamities and his tragedies, the afflictions and the trials. He looks at it behind the cross. Because at the end of the day, everyone has a different cross and a different trial. But Jesus died so that all of us would be redeemed from whatever tribulation we're dealing with. So some people are going to die of COVID and some people are going to live.
Right.
Some people are going to get cancer and some people are never going to have a sickness in their life. Some people are going to die early in a car accident and some people are going to walk away from life.
So we survive, which means that our assignment continues.
Right.
Our message continues.
Right. And we just got to continue. And there was a question posed in that chapter that said, what has God purposed you for since you're still here?
I think we know what our purpose is. It's just now to do it at a higher level.
I always believe that you and I know, which is why we left Maryland and came to Georgia, but a lot of people don't know theirs. But I agree with you.
Do you think that marriages, because they don't know, is part of the self-destruction?
Absolutely. I definitely agree. I definitely believe that. I think if you don't know your purpose and you get married, most people are looking to their spouse to provide it, or loathing their spouse because they have it and they don't, which makes it difficult to support.
Yeah.
You gotta know why God has purposed you here. I told a client today that because I know our purpose, I knew you were gonna come out of COVID because we're not finished. There's still more that God has for us to do. And I know what it is because you called them. You called it. You listed them. What we have to do. So I was like, no, we just have to remember what we're purposed for. But we're not infallible.
You know, there's an analogy in that. I want to try to pull one out. It may sound kind of crazy, but you know, this COVID was so painful. It was so painful and it was so scary. It's the unknown. You feel helpless. You don't know what is going to happen next, even based on, I'm watching Rob's memorial and I have 101 fever. And I'm thinking
and you just got the test positive.
Right. And I'm thinking to myself, my boy is gone. And, you know, his wife and his children and friends. And I'm thinking on that level. I'm like,
I know, I saw it.
My mind is
I saw it.
As me just as a person. And then I'm thinking on the perspective of me as a husband. And I'm thinking on the perspective of me as a son and a father. And all those things run through your head. And so the analogy pulling out of that is like marriage is just as difficult and painful sometimes. And you see people get divorced, and you see people dress up, trying to look like everything is
show
okay.
up good when they're really hurting.
Go on social media, everything is just wonderful, but yet the reality is that it's painful and it's hurtful. And the thing that I felt connected with you was when I called you over and I was in the room, and I broke out. And I think that's the part of marriage that people don't do. They don't become
They don't become brave enough to be
vulnerable and brave enough to say, "Ouch, this hurts."
And because they've been hurting, when they really need the comfort, they can't get it because there's that bitterness in the way.
Right.
And really, they're hurting and they need each other. They just don't know how to fix it because so much damage has accumulated through the years. They don't know how to fix it.
You know, it's a hard thing to say. Maybe it's not even a fair thing to say. I'm even afraid to say it. But I believe that marriages have to go through a trauma to have an awakening. I mean, not to think ill will or to speak ill will, but it brings out. It should anyway.
It's going to bring out the character of the marriage.
You did that. You said what I was trying to say. The character of the marriage.
Yeah.
Or it can just destroy it.
Right.
But it should.
But it's still showing the character of the marriage if it's destroying it.
And there should be some change. There should be a shift. There should be a shift. There should be an awakening to say, okay, you know what? Let me stop acting like. Let me stop tripping. Let me stop being so selfish. Let me see what I need to do to have this awakening in my marriage, because I don't want to experience what I just experienced, or we don't want to experience that. You know,
I think you have to decide to come out of the cycle of anger, because hurt that's not been addressed or healed turns into anger, and anger prevents people from forgiving. So I think people have to come out of that cycle to get to that place where they can forgive and heal. And it's a decision. It's decisive. They have to say, I'm making a decision to heal and to forgive.
Well, you know, this is 2021. What they say it's like 2021 is
it's 2020 with a wig on.
And, you know,
that is cracking me up every time I hear it.
You know, it's
meaning that it just set us up, but it's a disguise. It's just the same, or if not worse.
Yeah. I just, you know, my prayer honestly is that as we survive this, I use that word, as we survive this by God's grace, that 2021 people will have an awakening to their marriage. You know, we don't know what the rest of this year is going to be.
What did you call it, though? You said a shift.
A shift.
A shift.
A shift.
Something has to shift. You know, like when there's an earthquake, we don't want that. But when there's an earthquake, that city, that state, wherever you're in, that county, it shifts. It moves. And people left to tell you they survived it. So you can survive the shift. is what are you going to do when you're displaced, when you're moved, when you're catapulted involuntarily, because we were catapulted involuntarily with COVID. So we had to shift. That's why we haven't vlogged, we haven't sent out the other vlogs, because we have to shift about this experience.
I didn't know you were talking to them. You were talking to me, and you talking.
Yeah, I was. I realized you were recording.
Yeah. Well, that's. So okay. Well, we wanted to do this vlog. I don't feel well. I'm feeling better. Let me say this. I'm feeling better. I'm about 90%, but sometimes I still get a little headaches.
It's me too.
I'm tired.
Me too.
It's still
lingering.
It's lingering.
You gotta rest. It's like a rest thing.
We're tested negative, but we are still feeling like. But we did want to vlog, and I really didn't want to vlog because we didn't want to get any. I don't like the attention of the empathy and, oh, are you okay? And, I don't like that.
And then we get a whole bunch of remedies.
Well, this is cool. We got about 55 remedies.
Which we all use and appreciate,
I
but
use them all.
One person doesn't know that 10 other people gave it to us already.
But that means that they love us.
I know. It's definitely a blessing, but
we're gonna take all. We're gonna take them all and do one big recipe
and just
cookbook and then sell it.
And then
we're like, isn't that my recipe that I gave you from Trinidad?
It's so funny. We were just talking about that. But I mean, the recipes and remedies have helped. It's just funny when you tell somebody you have COVID. The next thing they're gonna tell you is what to do.
So
because we're caring people, right? And we're helpless. And when you feel helpless, this is how you do something to help. You give something that or heard will work. And I probably would have done the same thing. I probably would. Yeah. In addition to prayer.
No one said drink alcohol. No one said get a shot of rum and just go there.
Nobody said take a couple shots. Take it to the head.
We wanted to share with you. We didn't expect to have COVID and expect to have a vlog in 2021, the first vlog in 2021. But we really are. This is what we do. We love counseling. We love helping people get out of the place that they're in and be healthy in relationships and healthy in their marriages. And to be close to death. And to experience this, there should be an awakening this year. Whether you have had COVID or not, whether you have had an experience or not, going into this year, we just really encourage you to do something differently. If it hurts, say ouch, it hurts. If it hurts, say, I want to get some help to find out why it hurts.
And then heal.
You see, this is a year of healing. You got to heal from some stuff. It may not be even within the marriage, or it may be stuff that you haven't healed from a child.
Before marriage, yeah. Your childhood.
Other relationships.
A young adult.
So.
I mean, the thing is, everybody has a hurt of some kind. The question is, what do you do with it? You can't go through life and not experience hurt. If you have, please let us know. Because you're special. But if you've been on this earth, you've experienced hurt of some kind. And some people to an extreme magnitude where it's traumatic. And it falls in the category of trauma, but they don't know that it's traumatic. They don't deal with it like it's traumatic. And some of you, your hurt is so traumatic, but you've not given it the healing that it's due. And so we just encourage you to shift. Shift.
Hold on, slow down now.
Shift.
Slow it down. Watch it now. Don't hurt nobody. I'm tired. I got a headache.
So,
my head is
2021, COVID or not, capital C's or not, shift. That's all we got. It's the COVID edition. So now that you know what you're going to do with it. Thanks for watching.
Hey, this is a new look.
I hope that you guys stay safe and stay blessed. Derek got this picture for our 25th anniversary.
Guess who's fire and guess who's the water?
I'm fire because I'm hot.
And I'm the water that gotta quench that thing because she's hot. Lord have mercy.
But you see how they're coexisting to make a heart. That's us.
You see how the water penetrates that?
Oh yeah, I see that.
That's
that
right.
Looks like a penis. Look, honey, and there's a heart. Did you notice
a penis and going to the heart?
No. Did you notice that at the end of this phallicle, it's a heart?
But you said it looked like a penis.
Does that not look like a penis?
It don't look like no penis.
But you said notice it's penetrating.
I didn't say anything about no doggone penis.
I know, but why is there a heart right there?
It is a heart.
In the middle of the water.
That's new.
Now, we never noticed that, y'all, and this picture's been up since September.
Why does she see a penis?
Because you said penetrate.
But it has nothing to do with penis.
Look, honey, look, the water is holding her.
Now that you know.
Abstract art, you can interpret whatever. I saw. There's a heart at the tip.
You go tip. You say tip or tip?
Honey, look, there's a heart at the tip.
All right, look, I got a headache and she's playing games right now. We holler at y'all later on the next vlog.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take good care of yourselves. Really, really. Wash your hands, wear your mask, keep your 6 feet distance.
Yes.
All right, we love you guys. We're glad to be here to talk about it.
All right, we out.
Bye.